the Wasp's Nest. This pub looks even more disreputable than the Golden Lion in Baker Street. Good evening, sir.
It'll be the coup of my career, Governor said. Ha! You'll make loads of dots of the paper, he said.
この人は記者なんでしょうかね。
You're a journalist?
That's so. Tom Bulling at your service. The Whitechapel ferret, the wizard with the scoop.
You don't appear to be in a state to write anything, my friend.
You're mistaken. Whiskey passes through the blood and turns into ink. Simple. You see, mugs and inkwells are all the same.
Don't you think you should settle your tab and go home?
My red ink? Where's my red ink? I won't even pay half a halfpenny if they don't return my red ink. It's my blood, you hear?
Very well, I'll be on my way.
彼は売春宿にいた画家ですね。
Good evening, sir.
Well, I know you. Why, we met at Miss Poolman's the other day. So you've come to slum it in Whitechapel, eh?
タンブルティ博士について聞きます。
Do you know Dr. Tumblety, a Canadian or American chap, quite an extravagant dresser, frequents this pub now and then?
Are you intimate?
No. What do you mean by that?
Oh, nothing at all. I just wanted to prove my discretion concerning this man, in so much and so far as I know him. You wouldn't like it if one day the tables were turned and everyone was talking about why you were in the borough. Isn't that so?
ミス・プールマン、売春宿を取り仕切っているベラのことだと思われます。
As it happens, I saw Miss Pullman recently. She told me that she couldn't wait to see you again. She said something about a surprise that is waiting for you at her establishment.
Why, that is some of the best news I've heard, my friend. As thanks, I would like to let you in on a secret. The man that you were talking about, and whom I happen to know by sight, passed by and went through that little door that you see over there. Another man let him in. They weren't together for more than a few minutes, to be sure, eh?
Well, I will continue my search.
Ah, love.
But what is this person trying to imply? This matter is beyond me.
Oi, what'll it be to drink, Gav?
Greetings, my good man. Could I have a pint?
Here, Gov.
タンブルティについて。
I've been told that Dr. Tumblety might be found around here. Is that so?
I don't do a roll call of all the drunkards here. I've got my hands full just making sure I get their money.
これは、お金を前もって払っておくということですかね。
Don't people pay when they order?
Nah, look at that little scribbler there. Completely dead drunk. Tonight's tally is about as long as his arm. If he skips out, I'll be in for a guinea almost.
なるほど。ここで飲んでいる人たちは、先にお金を払わずに、つけて飲んでいるということなんでしょ
う。Goodbye, my friend.
Oi, that's it. Hey, you can't go in there. It's private. Got it?
This is the sink where the barmaid puts the glasses to soak. Look, red ink. What's that doing here? The bottle is closed. There must still be some ink inside, and it looks like a glass. The barmaid must have put ink into the sink by mistake.
Right. Do I get in your way? Me?
If you'll excuse me, sir.
赤いインクです。これはこの記者のものだと思われるので、返します。
You're the best. The boss told me. My red ink. Well, where's she be?
レッドインクを返します。
I found your red ink, my friend. You should settle up and head home.
Thank you, my friend, thank you. The spring-heeled phantom will be revived.
Gov?
閉まっているドアの向こう側には、誰がいるのか聞きます。
What's behind that locked door over there? Can I go in?
Not likely. And let me be unless you're wanting a drink. Got it?
記者のツケを払ってやるということなんでしょうかね。
Here you go. It's on the journalist, my friend.
I owe you one. The next one is on me. What'll it be?
Nothing, thanks. But I may need your help.
ドアの向こう側に行きたいのだが。
Listen, my friend. I would like you to let me in the door over there.
You're a bobby? A peeler?
Absolutely not, my friend. I am a doctor.
Fine. I owe you this at least. There's a bloke behind that door there. No pity Bluto. Let's just say he wants to lay low for a moment. So I don't think he'll be opening the door just now. Unless... Tell him you have word from Squibby. That'll open the door. But who can say what'll happen when the door closes?
Goodbye, my friend.
Oi! That's it!
このドアの向こう側には、フィンリーの宿屋の隣のガスが漏れていたアパートに潜伏していたブルートという悪党が潜んでいるらしいです。
Let me in. I have news from Squibby. But stay calm.
And who are you? Where's Squibby? He's out.
To be honest, I don't actually know this Squibby chap. I was actually wondering if you knew Dr. Tumblety, a Canadian or American fellow. He came in...
Sure we know him.
Excellent. Can you...
You know about gas?
I'm afraid not. I am a doctor.
Then I ain't interested. You can be leaving now. But if I find out who snitched to the peelers, I'll find you. Got it?
But I can pay you for...
Keep your coins for the paupers, or one of the gas boys who ain't afraid of nothing and knows how to hold his tongue. You bring him to me. I'll meet with you.
Well, it would seem that I have all the information I need for my investigation. Anyway, this fellow Bluto at the Wasp's Nest is rather shady and doesn't look like he'll want to cooperate. I'd be better off returning to Baker Street. Holmes will certainly know what to do. And besides, I am worn out.
では、ベーカーストリートに戻ります。
Let's go back to Baker Street. Home, sweet home. There we are, Holmes. I've told you in great detail everything that happened last night.
Excellent work, Watson. We shall now be prepared to answer a few questions about the horrible murder in Hanbury Street.
Do you think we are now in a position to find out the identity of the murderer of these two women?
No, I don't think so. It's outside of our scope and not our responsibility. As much as you've done for Leather Apron and the affair with the pills, our mission is to help the police by ensuring that they don't get caught up following false leads and to point them in the right direction. Let us start from what we know with some certitude. As you have just said, it is almost certain that the same person killed the Bucks Row and Hanbury Street victims. The reasons to assume as much are numerous, and I shan't elaborate here. What do these two victims have in common?
彼らは、共通点はないという推理はどうでしょう。
Apparently nothing, Holmes.
Are you feeling all right, Watson? Come on, are you quite sure these two women had nothing in common?
では、殺された二人の被害者は、同じある人物を知っていたという推理はどうでしょうか。
Perhaps they both knew someone in common.
Quite literally, you're right, the killer, but that doesn't tell us much. Had these two women had an acquaintance in common, the police investigation would most certainly have found out about it, and yet it didn't.
では、殺された2人の被害者は同じ職業に就いていたという共通点はどうでしょうか？
It's true these two women were in the same profession, but...
Indeed, Watson, these two women were both prostitutes. That is of vital importance, Watson.
My memory from your examination of the scene is rather hazy. Didn't you say something about the killer's frame of mind?
I was talking about the victim's possessions that were placed on the ground and the rings missing from Annie Chapman's fingers. This killer is a cunning predator, comes from a rather humble background and shows steely self-control in carrying out the murders.
Something is puzzling me, Holmes. Richardson's testimony contradicts the time of death given by Dr. Phillips, which also matches my own, 4:30 a.m.
And yes, we shall confirm that, Watson, and attempt to determine the precise time of death. In order to do that, we will need to place everyone involved on a timeline. Only after that will we be able to place the knife symbolizing our killer. Let's look at our timeline, Watson.
はい、タイムラインですね。アニー・チャップマン殺害時刻の特定です。ではまず、ワトソンと検視官フィリップスの出した推定死亡時刻は午前4時半。
Let's put the time of death as assessed by Dr. Phillips on the timeline.
で、午前4時半に、このアイコンを置きます。
The assessment of the time of the murder given by Dr. Phillips and yourself, Watson, 4:30 a.m.
ここが、4時半で、5時、5時半、6時、6時半です。で、ワトソンと、検視解剖をした医師が出した、死亡時刻は、午前4時半だというわけですね。そして、シャーロックとワトソンが犯行現場に到着した、時刻。
We left the station at 6 o'clock and it took us 20 minutes to arrive at Hanbury Street.
は、今のホームズの話から6時20分に、犯行現場に到着しました。
Our arrival at the scene occurred at around 6:20. Given the distance separating the two locations, we can deduce that the corpse wasn't discovered after 6 o'clock, and therefore that the murder must have been committed before.
つまり、ホームズ、遺体発見時刻が、今のホームズの話では6時なので、それ以前に犯行が行われたというわけですね。さあ、次です。どの文章を、証拠にするかという選択の画面なんですが、まず警察署のゴミ箱で見つけた E ロングという人の証言、これを、証拠にしてみます。ミス E ロングの証言、ハンブリー通りで男女が話しているのを目撃した。
Now, for the most important part, the testimony of Miss Long. She claims to have seen a woman speaking to a man near 29 Hanbury Street sometime around... What time, Watson?
彼女の証言の内容を思い出してください。男女がハンブリー通りで話しているのを目撃した時刻は5時半です。5時半に、このアイコンを置きます。
Let us assume, therefore, that Miss Long's testimony is, as is most certainly the case, true. She places her meeting with the victim at around 5:30, claiming to have heard a clock chime on the half hour at the moment when she enters the street.
それから、会話ですね。どの会話を、証拠にするのか。リチャードソンですね。警察署で、証言していたリチャードソンの証言です。 リチャードソンは、ハンブリー通り29番地に住む母親のところに到着した。
Now, let's put the Richardsons' arrival and departure times on the timeline.
ハンブリー通り29番地というのは犯行が行われた、まさにその番地ですね。あのアパートに住んでいたということでしょう。その母親のところに着いたのは、以前の彼の話から4時45分です。そして、リチャードソンは、彼の母親の家を出た。
Now, let's put the Richardsons' arrival and departure times on the timeline.
出たのは、彼の話から、その5分後の4時50分ですね。
Despite the great respect I have for Dr. Phillips and the value I place on our friendship, my deepest conviction is that both of you are mistaken and that Richardson is in the right and that these two testimonies put down in writing have real worth.
But how? Explain yourself, Holmes.
Remember how you assessed the time of death? You touched the fingers and body of the victim, but it was remarkably cold for this time of year. In addition, the corpse had been drained of bodily fluids. Its heat retention was therefore no longer the same as that of an intact corpse.
Egad! You're right, Holmes.
Oh, I've had some time to research, Watson.
Given these facts, my first diagnosis may have been off by half an hour, perhaps even an hour.
Thus, we can confirm Richardson's statement and establish that the murder was committed after 4:50 a.m. and not before 4:30 a.m.
つまり、リチャードソンは、犯行が行われた現場に、4時45分から4時50分の間にいたのですが、何もおかしなことはなかったと。つまり、ワトソンが出した4時半より前に犯行が行われたというのは、間違っており、4時50分以降に行われたという、ことです。さあ、次の証言。2人目の、警察署のゴミ箱で見つけた2人目の、証言の書類 A カドッシュの証言。カドッシュは、中庭から家に戻るときに誰かの声を聞いた。
Our next witness is Albert Kadosh.
その声を聞いたのは、証言の書類の内容から5時20分です。
Albert Kadosh goes down into his garden at approximately 5:20, and on re-entering his home, hears voices in number 29's garden.
さて、カドッシュは家に戻って数分後にフェンスの方から何かが落ちる音を聞いた。まあ倒れる音と訳してもいいんでしょうけど、その音を聞いたのは
Let's place this symbol that represents Kadosh on the timeline.
5時24分です。
Kadosh goes back down into his garden approximately 4 minutes after having left it, and hears the sound of an impact against the wooden fence.
4分後に中庭に戻ってきた。その時フェンスの方から何かが落ちることが聞こえたという、証言に基づいています。さあ次、カドッシュは仕事場へ向かうべく家を後にした。
Let's place this symbol that represents Kadosh on the timeline.
これは、証言書の最後のに書いてあった、午前5時32分にスパイタルフィールズの教会の前を通ったと。5時32分。
Kadosh leaves the garden, enters his house, then leaves for work, seeing the clock on the Spitalfields church showing 5:32. Excellent, Watson. All our people are now in place.
Yes, but Holmes, Miss Long claims to have seen the victim at around 5:30. But according to Kadosh, someone, most certainly the victim and her murderer, was already in the garden at 5:30.
Excellent observation, Watson. It must be noted, however, that these two witnesses, Long and Kadosh, saw the time shown on the clocks in the area, which are often inaccurate and went by their empirical and, in this case, erroneous estimate of how much time had passed. Thus, neither of these two times can be considered reliable.
Do you mean to say that these two testimonies might match?
Indeed. Let's put Miss Long's meeting with the victim at 2 minutes before 5:30.
なるほど。目撃者たちが、見た公共の時計は、微妙にずれていると。なのでその誤差を、これからは微調整する作業に入ります。まずミス・イーロングが、男女が、ハンブリー通り29番地で、話しているのを見たという時間を、ホームズの言葉にし
Let's add Miss Long's meeting with the victim at 2 minutes before 5:30 a.m.
ホームズの言葉に従って5時半よりも2分前にずらします。5時28分です。
Mr. Kadosh claims to have passed by the Spitalfields Church at 5:32, which, given the distance from 27 Hanbury Street, would mean he was still at home at 5:31. Let's therefore put the end of his testimony at 5:31.
それから、カドッシュが、5時32分にスパイタルフィールズ教会を通りがかったということは、だいたいその1分前、5時31分に自分の家を出たという計算になるらしいので、カドッシュが自分の家を出た時刻を5時31分というふうにしておきます。
Miss Long heard the man say to the victim, "Will you do it?" To which the victim responded, "Yes," which would suggest that an agreement was reached and that the transaction was imminent. They then proceeded to enter the garden, which puts the voices heard by Kadosh at 5:29.
それから、カドッシュが、フェンスの方からも、何かが倒れる音が、落ちる音が聞こえたというのが5時24分ですが、5時28分にミス・イーロングが、男女が話しているのを、ハンブリー通りで聞いております。なのでそれよりも後に、フェンスの方から何かが落ちた物音が聞こえたという風じゃないとおかしいということで、つまり犯行時刻は5時28分よりも後なんじゃないかということですね。なので、ミス・イーロングが、男女が話していて、その後、ハンブリー通りの事件現場のあった家の中へ入っていったと考えるのが妥当なので、それの1分後、5時29分に、フェンスの方から何かが倒れる音がしたというふうに、調整します。
We had thought that Kadosh had left 27 Hanbury Street at 5:31 after having heard an impact against the fence. Thus, 2 minutes passed between the moment when Kadosh entered the house after having been in the garden the first time and the moment when he returns to go out again and leave for work. How long did he estimate this interval to be? 3 to 4 minutes. In light of all this, Watson, we can finally establish the time of Chapman's murder. Now, place the knife at the exact time.
さて、死亡推定時刻は、そのカドッシュがフェンスの方から何かが倒れる音がした1分後の5時半に決定です。
Now then, taking into account that the local clock isn't exact and that a young man was off by a minute or two in his estimations of his comings and goings, we can confirm Miss Long's testimony and place the time of the crime at approximately 5:30.
But in that case, Holmes, the man that Miss Long saw is none other than...
That's right, Watson. It was the Whitechapel killer.
To think that Miss Long and Kadosh were only a few feet away from him.
Indeed, Watson. Had Miss Long passed just a little closer to the victim and her assassin, or had the young Kadosh popped his head over the fence out of curiosity, the killer would most certainly already be behind bars.
That's some stroke of luck he had there.
I couldn't agree more, Watson. But his luck didn't end there, given the mutilations inflicted upon this poor woman. What must be considered above all is the killer's obvious wish to remove one and only one specific organ. His surgery pinpointed the exact spot, avoiding superfluous incisions. This suggests the man possesses at least a minimal anatomical knowledge.
Are you suggesting a doctor or a butcher?
Perhaps, but the possibilities are still too broad to conclude with any certainty. Now for the motive. Despite my almost complete lack of practical experience on the subject, I have a rather precise idea of the usefulness of a uterus and a vagina. Nonetheless, once they are separated from their usual envelope, I am more circumspect as to the uses one can make of them. What do you think, Watson? We need a board, Watson.
さあ次は、動機の推理に入ります。